Hello, everyone. My name's Heather, and I want to talk about the Casey Joe murder. Um, let's see. Let me go back to my questions. Do I believe it was supposed to be a fake killing that got out of hand, or was it meant to be a real killing all along? What makes you feel that way? Well, there was a video that kind of suggested that it was meant to be for real the whole time. So I don't know how it would be considered fake. The teens filmed theirself beforehand, talking about their plan and naming Casey Joe as a target. They they made preparations, bringing weapons. Uh, this wasn't a prank gone wrong. It was deliberate. Were they legally insane? Legally, insanity means being unable to distinguish right from wrong, or understanding the nature of one's actions at the time of the crime. These teens hid their plan, lied afterwards, and tried to cover their tracks. That shows that they knew their actions were wrong. So, no, I don't think they were legally insane. Let me see. What mental illnesses do I think they have, if any? So possible mental illness are antisocial disorder, narcissistic traits, lack of empathy, filming themselves as sharing their own horror movie, possible conduct disorder. Why did, let me see, what is the next question? Definitely narcissistic. But next question is, why do you think they did this? What was their ultimate motive? Why go after Cassie Joe in particular? Well, I mean, I would assume that their motive was to remake the movie. Yeah, they wanted to recreate the movie Scream. Casey Joe specifically was accessible, the house sitting alone. She was there all by herself. The boyfriend was supposed to be there, and had he been there, it would have been exactly the same in the movie. I would imagine. How much blame does the movie deserve? I personally don't think that the movie deserves any blame. It's in the person's psyche that makes them want to go out and recreate a horror movie. I mean, I know the 90s was a different place back then, and you partially already believe in the 90s that this actually happened, and the horror movie was already based off of something that actually happened. At least that was the general thought in the 90s. So I really don't think that the movie is to blame. I remember like something similar happened with the Blair Witch Project, because I was like growing up during that era, and then I remember them saying that whole movie was entirely real, and I remember going to school believing that it was real the whole time. They even put out a fake news report about it. It was crazy. Let's see. The real issue is psychology and vulnerability, peer dynamics, and lack of moral restraint. I'm sorry. It says, this case shows how internal narratives, rather authority in Zimbardo's prison or commands of Milgram's absent study or horror films like Scream can override mortality when combined with vulnerability and peer pressure, but their responsibility ultimately lies with the individuals who choose the acts. Thank you for listening.